Yo, what's going on, guys? I wanted to take a minute to go over uh basically how to play the twins and go over this build that I have. This is not the build. Pay attention to this. This is just what I have equipped because I'm Prestige 2, level 50, and this is all I got during Prestige 2. But during Prestige 1, or during not Unprestige and Prestige 1, I managed to get the best build just by coincidence. I was like, this could be interesting, and I played it, and I've been in love with the build ever since. And I want to go through how to play the twins with this build, and how it's probably one of the most unique playstyles in the game compared to all the rest of the killers. And just like how to use the power, the do's and don'ts, if you will. This will help you if you play Survivor against the twins as well, not just it's mainly going to be for playing the twins and how to wreck the survivors with this nice unorthodox build. Don't worry, barbecue is still involved in the build, but it's going to be interesting for sure. So the perks I always use on the build are Dragon's Grip. I don't use Oppression. I use Trail of Torment with Dragon's Grip. It's a Pyramid Head perk. Dragon's Grip is a Blight perk. Then I usually use Barbecue, just because, hell yeah, double blood points, you know what I'm saying? And then the fourth perk, I always use Pop. And the goal here basically is just to, with Pop and Dragon's Grip and Trail of Torment, when you pop a gen after getting your first hook, there's a chance you can apply Dragon's Grip and Trail of Torment on it. You'll be silent terrorist moving around. It's actually super disgusting, and I'll go into a few clips on how I start every twins game that I play. So yeah, let's get into that. Alright, first clip here on Ormond. I see a survivor. I hit them. This is the beginning of the game. I just walked to a gen, found a survivor. I'm like, alright, let's kick the gen. We'll give ourselves Dragon's Grip. We'll lose a terror radius until they touch the gen. That's how Trail of Torment works. And it's like, I know somebody else is here, but it's like, somebody's injured. Let's see if I can down them before they touch the gen. But then, you know, I hear the screaming right here of the bill, and I know he's on the gen because Trail of Torment let the survivors scream when they touch the gen, and I also lost my terrorist. So I know. Alright, my terrorist came back, so I know he's nearby. And then, boop, oh, there he is, being immersed. And because he was exposed, because he touched the gen, I get an easy down, easy pop, easy life.
This perk is actually good.
Again, here's another example. Another game I played on Ormond. I'm just surfing around looking for the gens. I see two there, right? I hit the one. I'm like, alright, I'm going to pretend to chase this. Well, I'm going to kick this. So the survivor that's here lingering will be like, ooh, I gotta touch it, I gotta touch it. And I'm gonna, you know, pretend to chase. This time I don't even unfurl Victor to go chase after Lori, because I have a feeling he's gonna touch it really quickly. And he does. And there he screams. And lo and behold, there he is, boom. Down.
Dragon's Grip, baby.
Dragon's Grip. Exposed.
That's how you use
It's
that
insane how much value you can get right at the start. What you always want to do starting out is never use Victor right away. Just get a hit with Charlotte first, and then chase after the see right here. I ignore that healthy survivor, so Victor, because Victor is a menace to injured survivors. If the survivor were closer, they could have kicked me right there during the recovery animation for landing a successful hit. Unfortunately, they weren't so close, so they weren't able to punch me for that, and I get the pounce here on her. And I switched off of a gen I had a feeling survivors would be working on, and here, lo and behold, there's a Nia on this gen. I kick the gen, Dragon's Grip and Trail of Torment apply. And I have a feeling she's gonna. I pretend to, you know, walk away, and she lo and behold, she touches it. She's now exposed. Now this clip kind of details the beauty of how long. Like, you're exposed for 60 seconds, and because I got the initial pressure of downing somebody with Victor and attaching to the other person, like, I've stalled enough right at the start of the game to be able to pursue the 60 seconds of exposure. And Nia, you know, she gives me a lot of pallets here, and they're good pallets to get rid of for sure. Here again, I respect it. Most survivors, when they're exposed, they're not going to play greedy. They're going to pre-throw pellets. So you can kind of just respect the pellets when they're exposed with Dragon's Grip here. And here she plays a little bit greedy, and she pays the price because of it. And yeah, I still get the down thanks to Dragon's Grip.
And then we put this one. We put this in the basement. Hell yeah.
Alright, this next clip's a quickie. It was beginning on Ormond, one of the maps. I hit a survivor, wanted to follow up with Victor, and boom. You should be noted, you can just hop over the pallets, no problem. You'll still hit them. This next clip was a scenario where there's just a whole lot of bullshit going on. I'd hit somebody, I'd used Victor on down them, used Victor on somebody else, they got the down person back up, and I anticipated the Nancy being greedy as fuck like that and disrespecting me by touching the gen in front of my face. Alright, this next clip on Suffocation Pit, I had hit somebody, pursued them with Victor, downed them with Victor. There was a healthy survivor nearby. I attached the Victor onto them. So that's why there's somebody down and somebody injured. This is how you should begin every single one of your Twins games. Hit someone with Charlotte, pursue, follow up with Victor. And then I kicked that gen, right? And this person, because Charlotte was on the other side of the map, gets hit with Dragon's Grip, and they didn't expect it. They never do. This next clip here is on Gas Heaven, I believe, Auto Haven. I hit somebody, I go to follow up for Victor, but I hear the scream of Dragon's Grip play way off in the distance. Now bear in mind, this is kind of another clip showcasing that, you know, about 60 seconds is a lot of time for someone to be exposed, and maybe I shouldn't have done this. I maybe should have pursued this and just let it be, but Dragon's Grip has such a long cooldown that I feel obligated to sometimes, and that may be the fault in this build. I kicked that gen, I shouldn't have. Notice all my gen kicking perks are still in regression. Normally I'd replace Oppression with Barbecue. I don't really need Oppression. I don't think it's that great of a perk. But boom. But you get her anyways. Also wanted to showcase a little bit what you should do in certain situations. So here there's like an elevated situation. This gen is isolated. I hit the person. Instead of just going to kick the gen directly or going to chase down the hole, I deploy Victor. Why? Because I want to kick that gen. I want to get Dragon's Grip and Trail of Torment applied to possible healthy survivors. And because of Victor, you know, she comes over here, tries to kick me, but she's not aware of the very short cooldown. And I'm able to get 2 survivors there, and I park, and I'm like, alright, now I kick the gen. And most of the maps that are just flat, I always go for a hit and then kick the gen, just to get my perks applied. But because this gen was isolated like this, and there's a lot of maps that are, you know, I'm able to get Trail of Torment, and I can get the hit on that Yui because I had no terror radius, and she wasn't, like, expecting it. And Victor's still there. Victor's kind of cool in indoor maps because he gives a lot of detection. And now I get 3 downs at 5 gens, so you can see where this is going. This is another one. I began on Auto Haven. I hit her with Charlotte, and I've deployed Victor. And I followed up with Victor. I got my first down. It's still the beginning of the game. I switch over. I know there are survivors that were working on this gen before I even switched over to Victor in the first place. So I see 2. This is the beauty of this. You see 2, you kick, and you pretend to chase the one. You're now undetectable until they touch that gen. But if they do touch that gen, they're exposed. Also, another thing to know about about Trail of Torment, it lights the gen up in yellow, so it's almost like a little angler fish. They want to go for it. They want to touch it because they know the perk. They know you're undetectable until they touch it, and boom, I get the down here. Alright, this next one is on McMillan. I believe this is Coal Tower? I'm not sure exactly. But I kind of had a hard time. But the end of this clip, it'll show you almost what we were displaying with the elevation thing, where to hide Victor, so I outweigh his dead hard here with the pounce. You can bait it kind of easily. The survivors will hear you growling, they know you're about to pounce. So I have him down up there. And I use Trail of Torment here. It's off cooldown. I have no terror radius. I keep an eye on that Killer Instinct. If I see any Killer Instinct at the bottom floor, I'm going to switch back. So I get a hit on Ace here because I had no terror radius. I can continue to be a menace as Charlotte. I don't need to switch to Victor yet. Keeping an eye on my ears, my eyes. If I hear a Killer Instinct, I'm going to look back and see if they're on the bottom floor. I should just switch automatically. So here, Meg, I don't know what she was doing. She didn't have DS or anything. She just gets in a locker to try to avoid my attack. But I hear Killer Instinct. I'm like, let me switch back. And look at this. Just in the nick of time. He's about to kick my ass, kick my face right in. So now, boom, I have 2 right here. Switch over. I took this Meg. And this 4th survivor comes in trying to get a flashlight, fails because the gen kind of was in the way. So I know the survivor is going to start running over to the other 2 down survivors. But I have Victor in such a location that I'll have ample amount of time to get in position. So I use Pop there, newly acquired Pop. I also just applied Oppression on any other gen. So the Killer Instinct went off, but it was just one of the slugs on the ground moving around. I can just pay attention to the bottom floor. If I see Killer Instinct on the bottom floor, I know it's Lord because they're both on the top, right? So here, getting closer, getting closer. There it is. Killer instinct on the bottom floor. So, time to move Victor. The thing is, you should not pounce when the survivor's on a level below you on the steps like that. Here I fuck up anyways, and she kicks me, but it didn't change the outcome. It was just trying to display how to put Victor in certain areas of the map where you have ample amount of time to get a hit off, and to be able to tell who's coming, where they're coming from, etc. Putting them in a building like that.
I think we went.
Next, I want to show a little bit of Endgame. I've shown what you should do at the beginning of every game. Try to get a cheeky hit with the Trail of Torment and Dragon Scrape combo while using Victor Pursue the first initial survivor you injure with Charlotte. So this is a little bit of the Endgame. I kill one of the survivors on another match on Ormond. There's 3 survivors still left. The gates are luckily kind of close to each other. Deploy Victor out. So I'm facing one gate. Victor, I'm moving him to another. I know 2 survivors are injured. Very easy prey here. So I wait. She's walking. She has sprint burst. I managed to get her because I aimed a bit more farther ahead than I usually would to account for the sprint burst. And I put him in a corner here so that it's not noticeable. They might be able to hear him if they're on the gate, but they won't know that he's like actually there. And now I switch back to Charlotte, and I get this hit. Everybody's injured now. We have 1 slug, 2 injured people. I'm like, all right, she's running back towards Victor, so let's just switch back and intercept her. And lo and behold, here she is. Down her. Now I'm like, all right, time to switch back. I kind of fuck up here. I could have switched back a little bit sooner, like a second sooner. I don't know if it would have been enough to get this person, but they were on the gate the entire time. This killer has a strong potential for EGC. The Meg had Unbreakable. It doesn't matter though because Victor is still here. She should have went straight to kick Victor instead of just going for the gate in a panic attempt. Yui gets out, but we do end up getting these other 2 thanks to us being able to split pressure on both of the gates here, which is nice. And the last clip I want to show, I'm not going to voice over it. It's just like an ideal, like, very good game as the twins, kind of displaying all these elements in action. I had some really good pounce attacks, and I just want you guys to sit back, relax, and watch it, check it out, learn some things perhaps. And if you guys like the vid, give me a thumbs up, please. They were just like bad beats. I got fucking smoked. But to be fair, they were early on when I was still like learning the limits. Kind of excited this month since my birthday's pretty soon. Aw, shit. Scratch marks, they went this way. You fucked that one up, didn't you? I got a free down on you. Free down, free down. Please don't flashlight me. Thank God. Don't kick my baby either. You bitch. I gotta kick the gen. Quick note, because the survivor was hooked, I couldn't get Victor out in time. You can't deploy Victor around, like, I want to say it's like 12 meters around a hooked survivor. They just won't let you. As a survivor, David kind of made a fuck up here. You should never go inside an indoor area with Victor on your head because you are like oblivious and you have no idea where the fuck Charlotte can come from. It's always best to go in an open area where you have line of sight of Charlotte, so you can see when she's coming, where she's coming from, etc. You're playing with fucking fire right now. There's a basement right here. That's a yikes. Voice. She might get up the Elodie. That's just. I'm gonna have to get used to pronouncing that one. We called Felix Fred for the longest time. Elodie. Baloney.
Not the way we're doing things. He's just standing here flashlighting me the whole time. What in the actual fuck, man? Party. Gotta lean for that one. Oh, he's gonna CJ tech me. Oh, too fat though.
During this entire skirmish around the hook, I would have loved to deploy Victor because they're all injured, and I could just mop the floor with them. But you know, you can't deploy Victor when there's a hooked survivor within like 12 meters of you, so I couldn't do that, unfortunately.
Done playing games? Is this what we're doing? Oh, sideways, Victor, Pog. No, no, please, I have a family. Mamma mia. You've like mastered the twins already? I wouldn't say that. I just know how to play video games. I like playing video games. Oh my god. Let's get skedaddle. Let's do the shuffle. Never mind. Get stuck. Wait. Who's in my swamp? They're just like throwing themselves at me. That charge attack and hit reminds me of Demi Lovato. Very surprised that missed. Actually, I shock her. If she DS's me, she falls down. And then if she didn't have balance, she'd just get staggered and then die, probably. Her scream is so meme. Even more meme than Ash's scream. I never thought there was such a thing. Can I leave? Can I move? Mama, please. Not today. Can I even switch back? I actually can't even switch back. I hope they kill me. Please, I can't move. I can't switch back. Please. Thank God. Thank God. Look at, he's stuck in the fucking ground. Alright, looks like we don't thank God we don't need our power anymore. Want to see a trick? Oh no, I'm gone. I've disappeared. Are you spying on me? I was like, what does that sound? I gotta kick this one too, huh? very surprised how this game is going. I did not expect this. That leap, that dirty ass leap I did through this window at max distance though, that's... yeah. That one was nice. That was probably the nicest one I've had. Wait, did you kill my baby or did it just respawn on me? I don't think this killer is complete garbage like a lot of people think. But I don't think they're like the greatest either. They have a lot of unique characteristics about them though, for sure. You have to speedrun this other gate or else you're just fucked. Oh, thank God. It's one gen done. Looks flashlight. What a cutie. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. It just came out yesterday though, so I think this will help a lot of people. If you can get that build, you have the Pyramid Head teachables and the Blight teachables and Pop from Clown and Barbecue from Leatherface. You're in business. You'll be able to do some serious fucking damage with this new killer. I feel like, despite them being underpowered, I know they're adding in ways for Victor. They're going to be adding ways for Victor to hold lockers shut to avoid the locker shenanigans survivors can do to just make Victor completely useless against them, as well as a few other things that are only going to help the twins as far as their lethality is concerned. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and have a great weekend.